And today we're reacting to DDG's album Flop changed his whole personality. Damn, it flopped, y'all. Again, I'm not like a big DDG listener. If it come on and it's playing, okay, but I'm not that kind of guy. I'm not trying to disrespect the man music or nothing like that. You know, I'm trying to be respectful because if I was making music, I wouldn't want nobody to disrespect my craft either. You know, I know there's fans of them. I know it's a trend to hate on buddy's music. I don't listen to it. That's just what it is. Respect, paying respect where it's due. But let's get into this video. Shout out yourself.
What's poppin', y'all? It's crazy how the numbers will humble you or will cause you to switch up your personality. Because in this scenario, DDG, when you think of DDG, what do you think of? You think of numbers, you think of clout, you think of money,
Beef,
you think of flashy, you think of cars, you think of homes, you think of fame. That's really probably one of the
hoes, thick women, bad women. Yeah.
The first thing you think about is money. Well, DDG recently on his birthday, October 10th, he dropped his album Moo, which is a nickname given to him. Oh, I think he's had that nickname for a while, but it's a nickname that his chick, his girl, I don't know if she's his official girl yet, India Love, who blew out or brought him some birthday candles, he dropped his album on that day. He said this was going to be his most personal album yet. I listened to a couple of tracks. I listened to the first track, and then there was that 17 More Years track. He does open
I heard
up
the Gunna one. I heard the
a
Gunna
bit
one
more, at least just on the tracks that I listened to thus far. I got to check out the rest of it. Of course, it's only fair that I listened to the album. But what people were focused on was his first day streams, which is quite a new phenomenon. Like first it went from first week's or
yeah, it was first week at one point. That's what niggas cared about. Your week one, nigga. First day, damn, you didn't get a chance. You didn't even give it a chance to get right.
From plaques, which is, oh, dude, this thing went platinum, and they're like, oh wow, that thing went platinum. And however many months later or years later to first week sales, and then now they're talking first day streams. So they were posting about that, and then DDG addresses it in the following clip that I'm gonna play for you guys right now.
Yeah, this music didn't got so bad that talking about first day streams, bro. Come on, bro. Like, Jesus. What has the music industry become? When I remember back in the day, bro, it was about music being nostalgic and being a part of a moment in your life. I listen to certain albums and it brings me back to when I was a kid. Nowadays, it's all about
one of those for me is Friday Night Lights with J. Cole.
Who can get the most numbers and who can get the most streams. How about we start enjoying music for what music is? Art. And last time I checked, when I think of art,
that was a long time ago when that was the case. Music these days there's no album besides Gunna's one. One of One. That's the last thing that kind of brings back a time in my life, and that was recent. Like, I was just because I was grinding super hard. I was at the boxing gym a lot, like. So it brings me back just to that moment. It just complimented the grind, but there hasn't been a album tape. Huncho's not his recent one. The one where he's like standing and then like it's like a bronzish goldish and he's like standing there. I forgot what it's called, but there's a song called Thank God on there. That brings me back to a time, but that's the same period though. Like, that's the same period. Like, that's when my channel was going up. I was listening to that song every day. Thank God, thank God. A great song. You feel me? But those were the moments that it was bringing me back. Last time, it's been a long time since music was doing that, though.
Thought of a number. Have you ever painted a number? No.
So they ever painted a number?
Now this is absolutely hilarious. DDG talking about how about we enjoy music for what it is. I remember when music was this and that. Well, me personally, I remember when streaming or content was not about what the views the person had, but it was just like, yo, you resonate with this, you mess with it, especially streaming. Streaming was never really that crazy about the view count. A lot of people just did it. The early people that are some of the biggest streamers now, they just did it straight out of the love. That dude Ninja, which this is why I cannot take any level of disrespect levied towards Ninja. That dude was streaming Halo for years. He was like a pro Halo player. Again, barely any viewers, probably like less than a couple hundred. That guy just loved the game so much. Streamed Halo, just streamed what he loved, and then boom, blows up. It's one of the most organic, beautiful things you could ever witness. But DDG responds, and this is not, he doesn't respond to this, but a fan of his responds and says, quote, numbers don't matter. And he shows 5 days earlier. DDG says, DDG equals peak viewership. It definitely doesn't equal peak album sales or streams, that's for sure. Take notes on how people's views be next week. Hashtag the program. Should I petty and start my stream when he start to F his views up? 3 laughing emojis. This is when he was going back and forth in the beef that he had with Jay Cinco, who he's since patched it up with. But clearly he's flexing those numbers. So when people judge him by numbers, now
yeah, it's kind of wild. It is very wild, actually. You like, bro, we talking about numbers, bro. Come on, bro. When did numbers hit, bro? Yo, that is funny. Hey, that is hilarious, actually. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, man, numbers don't matter, you know, this and that. And I will be fair to DDG in this scenario. The way that he dropped this album, it wasn't even like the last one. Like, Blame the Chat, people saw the whole process.
Hey, before we get back into the video, I got a way you can make some extra bread. I know you bored at home right now, bro. And all you have to do is play games and get paid for it. If you hit the link in my description or scan the QR code on the screen right now, you can sign up to freecash.com and start getting paid right now. And they make it extremely simple. First, just create an account like any other site and email and password. And once you get in, you'll see a wall of games and offers immediately. Pick a game that you actually like, play through the levels, and the cash will land straight into your free cash account. It's basically turning your downtime into a hustle without you even thinking about it. People pulling $10 to $20 a day, and with some effort, you can go way higher than that. You can spend a couple bucks in game to hit levels faster that'll ultimately give you bigger offers and payouts. That's the method on how some users end up making hundreds, even 500 or more on certain offers. But you don't have to spend any money. You can literally stick to the free levels and still cash out. The whole point is when you're taking a break from those Astral Dior videos, doom scrolling, looking at women, you could be playing and earning at the same time. Get to your money, bro. And once you run it up and want to cash out, you've got options of PayPal or gift cards. So if you want to get to that extra cheese, hit the link in the description or scan the code on the screen, sign up for free, and start playing for cash on your spare time. And when you use my link or QR code, you get $5 bonus to get you started, bro. Go ahead, get to it. Let's do it.
He was recording it during his hit-a-thon. So there was a lot of momentum leading into that. I think that one sold maybe somewhere between 8 to 13K first week, which I said was solid for DDG. You got to keep in mind, disregarding the fact that DDG is he still with Epic? He's signed to some sort of a label, or he's got distribution. I'm pretty sure he's signed to a label, so it will come out under the record label, but they're not treating DDG like, oh, we need to make this shake, we need to make this move. In order, yeah, he's on Epic Records, he's with Sony. So in order for them to do something like that, he's got to either have a single, he's got to give them the single ahead of time, he's got to prepare a lot of different stuff, he's got to do a bunch of press for them to really support it. So I think DDG, he put his music career on the back burner, and fans are even noticing it. Not his music career in terms of the quality of the music career, because people are actually messing with the quality of the music. A music reactor, very popular one by the name of No Life Shack, said, not gonna lie, y'all gotta start giving DDG his flowers with this music-ish. 100 emoji, bouquet of flower emoji. And like No Life Shack, you could say, okay, this guy, no, he doesn't make music. That's another guy that makes music. I don't know that No Life Shack makes music, but this is a guy that's reacted to a lot of music. Yeah. He's gonna be fair. He doesn't have a reason to say DDG's music is good if it's not. But an artist who we can trust that's made great music in the past and been in the game and even written great music for other people, Apple Pie by Travis Scott, the whole song was written by him, is Wale. And Wale replies and he says he definitely tough. So DDG's, despite the fact that his numbers aren't looking great because he's not working the records, or he didn't work the pre-release. And by pre-release, I don't mean hyping, or I don't mean like, oh, pre-saves or something like that, because I think he tried to run that. But to stream a lot first day, it's everything you do before the album. So there had to be anticipation.
And before, and show, and having certain features, like imagine if he had like a song with Drake on there or something like that. Like certain things have to be in order, you know what I'm saying? It's like, why do even niggas care about First day streams. That is so wild, bro. That is disrespectful.
And rabid anticipation for a project for a very long time. And this is Spotify streams, mind you. So it doesn't include Apple Music, and it doesn't include YouTube or whatever platform people stream on. So this is strictly Spotify numbers that people were calculating for DDG, which if you take a look at how many songs were on the project, right? Like you take 15 songs, 14 songs, and 500,000, let's just say 550,000 divided by 14 per song, that's about 40,000 streams per song, which, considering DDG's viewer count on Twitch, he gets what? Anywhere from, I think he averages 15,000 plus. That's average viewers. So how many people are coming through it? But he didn't hype it up. And somebody, one of his fans who's got it as their profile picture, DDG, you got to send a DM to people. DDG's got to send a DM to people and give them recognition if they're putting his album cover as their profile picture. So this person posted in DDG's community and said, DD needs to promote the album more himself though, not gonna lie. And a fan replies and says, bro, he's blackballed from the industry. It's no point. It's a trend to hate on 5. It's sad as F. 5. I just keep remembering that meme. He's like, do it for me, 5. And then he said, you right, not gonna lie. I don't think he's blackballed from the industry.
I'm about to say blackballed from the industry. Why? What does the industry have? What is the reason to blackball DDG from the industry? He has no reason for that to even be his reality.
He just had Wale shouting him out, but you could say that Wale is quote unquote blackballed, which I don't believe is the case. But he doesn't get as much support. But when you look at features, he had a song with Gunna on this project. He also had a song with Blackboy Max.
The most blackballed nigga. They should have called that song Blackball.
Existed. But on Blame the Chat, he had Bia on there, which you could say she's not super industry. She doesn't get a lot of looks that other female rappers get, despite making much better music than them. He had DaBaby, which you could also say is somewhat blackballed maybe, on the song Motion on Blame.
You should have called this album Blackballed.
God, he had
DaBaby,
Rich the Kid. Okay, come on now. He had Kyle Rich and NLE Choppa. He had Offset. He had Rob 49. He had Wiz Khalifa on the album earlier this year. So no, he's not blackballed from the industry whatsoever. A fan quoted the tweet where he talks about the other guy saying he needs to promote the album more, and he said he didn't care to. His main objective was to drop good music for his core audience. That's why you don't see a press run or major promo. Just enjoy the music and don't get caught up in the numbers. And I think this is a fair take from this fan, or I think this fan is accurate, but it doesn't mean we're not going to focus on the numbers with DDG, because he would do this to anybody else, and he loves talking about the numbers. He set himself up for this. Like when Blackboy Max dropped, people weren't grilling his numbers like that unless they were Blackboy Max haters. That's really it. And I think Blackboy Max did what, like 8K or something like that. Granted, Blackboy Max is getting more support with DDG, and this is the thing with streams too. We know them streams is real with DDG at least. Otherwise, he would have made them higher. And I don't think it's okay to judge just the first day streams, because DDG is, hopefully, he continues to work that album, continues to talk about that album, continues to play songs from that album, and we should consider, like, yo, did a song pick up from that album a month or two later? And that's, I think, the beautiful thing about music. I don't know if I wanted to do a video. I just thought about this myself. I think about this a lot, about how amazing it is now that tracks are able to resurface and become hits years later, mainly due to TikTok. Like, for example, Trippie Redd and Diplo's song Wish. That was not on the Trip at Night album. That was a song with Diplo that I think was on Taking a Walk. I remember Trippie Redd even did that acapella, that Audio Mac thing where people are doing an acapella with a band playing behind them. That song,
those be sounding great. You know who has a really good one of those? Raw Wave. If you're a Raw Wave fan, a lot of people, some people hate him. A lot of people love him. He has a great one.
Started for the first time ever on the Hot 100 this week because of a TikTok trend. So even though,
yo, bro, TikTok, the fact that TikTok can do that is insane to me, bro. TikTok can switch a whole like nigga's mindset. It's wild to me. I ain't gonna lie.
DDG tried to do this earlier in the year when he was talking about, yo, this song's getting some traction, you know, I'm gonna try to push it, run a campaign for it. I think the song was, I don't know if it was Motion or Pump 4. It might have been Pump 4. No, Speed. Yeah, he was considering Speed. But one of the other tracks ended up doing more over time. But he kind of just followed it. But Trippie, he's charting off of that song. So we should really consider, like, for example, DDG's album, if he gets a song that bangs and resonates with people in a month or in 2 months, the whole project could start selling 5 to 10K a week just based off of that, and can have more longevity. So that's one thing where I think people just look at DDG and either they say he's blackballed and they just look at it from a black and white point of view. But I just think DDG is not cooperating or opting out. I think not cooperating gives a bad image of, like, almost as if I'm accusing him of not wanting to cooperate. But I think he's just opting out of playing the major rapper or trying to be major rapper game. I think he realized he's got his own lane. He's got this interesting intersection of music, streaming, whilst also kind of trying to build his own group, which I think he doesn't need to do. Like, the guy's the star. DDG is not the facilitator. He is not the Aiden Ross. Aiden Ross is a facilitator. He's always facilitated content. He's been willing to take a back seat to content and not be the center of the content. For example, like when Aiden Ross first started bringing rappers on or doing those E-dates, he let other people shine. And his interaction with them really grew his brand as a whole, but even like brand risk, right? Like, he's more so like, oh, I don't need to be the main guy. I'll just eat. Kai Cenat, he's a hybrid, I would say. Like, he is the star, but he also puts people on and then allows them to do their own thing.
For sure.
DDG, I don't know if there's anybody other than that girl Wendy Ortiz that he's put on.
Hold on. We might have to, hold on, because he put, well, his whole family, but his whole family, this woman, a lot of the girls that you see, a good amount of girls that he's dated. He's put a lot of niggas on now. Did they go the magnitude of which some of these other people have? Like, Wendy might be one of the very few. His brother might be one of the very few. J Cinco. No. Now, Deshae, I don't want to say he made him, but he had his own thing going, and he definitely got a lot of help from him. So he's definitely putting in a lot of work. We do have to acknowledge that.
He sent her off on her own. She's killing it. Granted, she did have her own fan base, but he brought them to streaming. But other than that, a lot of the people that DDG tries to put on, they need to cling to him a little bit. J Cinco's done very, very well for himself, but J Cinco's not a star, not in streaming, especially not the viewer count that he averages, which isn't to knock him at all. That guy's really killing it. He's doing big things, but he's not averaging 5K plus on a regular, or even like 10K, which is just, it's crazy that people think 10K is low now. Probably why a lot of people are botting.
People think 1K is low.
I think DDG is still serious about music, and I think DDG's doing the purest form of music right now. If he's spending money on beats and music videos and not concerned with getting money out of it, isn't that what you guys want? You want an artist that just loves it for the game and is just making music that reflects how they feel. And I'm glad that DDG is doing that. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. But also, we are not going to let him go for not, like, he's got to take it on the chin with the numbers. He's like, yo, it is what it is. Something like that. He's not going to pretend like, damn, y'all focus on the numbers. Yeah. Got to play us like that. That's
fact. You ain't going to do that, bro. Nah, you ain't know how you feel. You ain't going to sit here and just act like hey, you just not stunting it at all. That being said, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Like the video, sub up, comment, the channel. I appreciate your great for y'all. We going, man. ADD led.